Hi, everybody. It's been forever. I think it's been almost 6 months, give or take, since I've actually done a live stream. I don't know. And it was kind of a last minute decision. So I don't know who else is going to come in, but I'm going to go regardless. And anybody, can come in and watch on the replay. Trying to get this somewhere to where that I could kind of sort of function on my desk right now has really slapped me in the face at how badly I need an organizer to come to my house and deal with this mess because that's crazy. And I just made it worse. So here locally, we have an auction house. They do, they started out doing cars and vehicles, farm equipment, that kind of stuff. They branched off into home estate auctions and just recently kind of have taken on a real estate agent. So now they're actually auctioning off homes as well. So it's kind of cool because you get like the opportunity to like bid on all kinds of different stuff. Well, as a student of business, I am a sucker for forms. Doesn't matter what kind of forms, business forms of all kind. And there was an estate sale going on, and I'm not exactly sure what kind of business this person was in, because the types of forms that I got in this auction are so diverse, but I have a ton of them. So I'm just going to kind of go, and I can only go a little bit at a time. You can see like the 12 by 12 inches that are like right here in front of me. But over here to my right, I've got another probably 6 by 12 inches of space that's full of stuff. And over here to my left is probably another 12 by maybe 15, 16 inches of stuff over here to my left. And then back there behind me, I have 2 more boxes of stuff. And over there, I've got some really cool stuff that I bought, not really knowing what I was buying. But when I got it home, got it open, I was like, oh, the Holy Grail. Yay. So what's sitting right in front of me is 24 sets of these page dividers. I've never, in the years that I've been doing the junk journaling, never felt like I had a need for a tab like this. So these, I'm going to kind of trim them down. So off here on, it's got the reinforced edging. So I'm just going to trim this off, and I'm going to trim these tabs off, and I'm going to use these as paper, whether it's journal pages or backing paper or whatever it happens to be. I'm like, ooh, I'm like, ooh, trying to figure out all the stuff that I forgot how to do on StreamYard in all these months. I was like, did I add myself to the stream? Am I talking to myself? Hopefully the sound is good. I've switched out the video I recorded yesterday. I used the microphone that came with my new camera. And on the playback, it was horrible. So I'm like, I will not be using that microphone. Yucky. So this is the microphone. I'm using the microphone that I purchased, a year and a half ago or so. A bookkeeping ledger. I've already taken out the stuff from inside. And I'm keeping these so that I have a template to punch holes. This is going to go over there in my empty covers cubby to maybe make a journal out of this at some point in the future. For now, it's going in this box. It's down here at my feet. These are the papers that were in there. Sort of. So this has tabs, the alphabet tabs. And I'm going to do the same thing I'm going to do with those other ones. I'm just going to trim this off, this edge. And I'll toss out these the alphabet ones, but save the rest of these forms. These can be folded in half and be used as a journal page. You could trim these out and use these as a backing on a tag, and give you, so that gives you lines automatically on the back of a tag. Very useful forms. And again, you've got the same, got a sheet of acetate here. That was random. Debit, credit, ledger forms. And again, same thing. You can fold it in half, use it as a signature page. It gives you lines to write on automatically. Fold it, turn them into pockets. Cut the center out. You can cut the center out and, use that again for tag backing. And then you got automatic lines. I wish there was more than one of these. I love guest checks. I love covering them with napkins. Gives a nice little design. These are like paper. These aren't the usual like card type. These are very thin. So I would cover it probably with napkin on front and then something on the back just to give it a little bit more sturdiness. But they're small enough that these will be perfect sizes for tags. I have petty cash vouchers, and I have 5 of these. So it's pretty simple. Same thing. They are plain on the back. So decorate however you wish. I'm going to set those aside just because those are smaller. So I want to put them toward the top. This is a payout form. So in 1998. Plain on the back. So I'll coffee stain a bunch of these, dye them in different colors. And there are also 5 of these. Now for my junk journaling friends, as I go through those boxes that are back there, you're going to see I have way, way, way more forms than, hi Buzz, way more forms than I'm going to be able to use in a lifetime. So, feel free to leave some comments below if you see any of these forms that you would like some of, and I can put you together like a little goodie bag, a goodie envelope to send you some of these. Because yeah, I'm going to be crafting forever. It's funny being looking at YouTube. StreamYard. They have made so many changes since I was on here. It was like December, January, I think, last time I did a live stream. It was kind of crazy. So I'm jumping over into my studio real quick. Give me just a smidge of a minute here. Why does it not have me signed into my own YouTube? I dislike when it does that to me. I was saying, at the beginning, this was kind of an impromptu, wasn't really super planned in advance on my part. I just got home, got through some of the, through some of the minutia of what I had come home with. And And I looked up and went, oh, I got to go cook dinner. So I had to take a pause. The journaling business is too fancy. It's really not. It's what you make of it, honestly. There's there's creators that I watch that I'm like, oh, that is way too girly. I'm not a girl's girl. You know, the most girly I get is I wear colors every now and again, and I wear butterflies and flowers sometimes, but I'm not a girly girl, and so I really have a hard time with the the frilly stuff. Well, they've changed everything around. I'm trying to find where you add moderators. Where's the community stuff? Aha. Hopefully it finds you so that I don't have to like there you are. Ta-da. Okay. You will be blue now. What? Why would they think you're a moron? What? Well, and why are the cops there? There was an easier way? Do tell. Because apparently I did do it the hard way. So it's a oh. Comment number one. Oh, that's not good if the cops show up looking for your roomie, though. I went to a local that we have an auction house here that does estates, and so and they publish it online, so you can go on and you can bid. So yeah, I use them a lot, especially for stuff like this. So this is an auto mileage log and expense record. So just kind of some cool little, little whatnots. Make for some interesting collage, collage fodder. Very strange little I have to see if I can glue to that, I wonder. Oh. Memory. This is a business mileage log and travel and entertainment record. These go this way, which is always nice because when they go this way, they're hard to put into a journal. So when you fold them in half, then everything is sideways. So it's nice that these go this way. So I'll have fun pulling those apart. And I have 5 of those. What next? These I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do with them yet. These are stickers. They're for like legal, like exhibits and like legal documents. So you take it, they're stickers, obviously, and they're designed to go like on the edge of a page or whatever so that you can find your exhibits a little easier. But you pull this off. Let me see, find some scrapped paper that I'll be throwing away. So you stick it on the edge of the paper, fold it in half, and then boink. And so it creates its own little tab. And I've got all of these. And it's funny because each sheet is 1 through 10, or is 10. So it's got 11 through 20, and then 21 through 30. It's got everything except for the 40 to 50, or the 50 to 60. It goes from the 50 to the 61, all the way up to 100. And there's as you can see, I have a ton of these. Each packet was the set of 10, that series of 10, and there were 2 sheets per package, and those packages were $5 a piece, bought brand new. So I mean, that alone makes the $10 that I paid for the box worth these stickers. Now, mind you, I have no idea where I'm going to put all this stuff because I'm already out of room. I was already out of room. Financial record summaries. Instructions for the treasurer. This is kind of cool because they're already little pockets. So once I pull these out, I will figure out how to use them in a journal, because they're too wide. The journals are usually 6 inches wide. And so, it's got a nice texture to it. I love the way it feels. I'm not sure what that's made out of. It's not like regular paper. But again, just gridded, grids of various shapes, forms, sizes, colors. And I have 3 of those. Now, everything that I got today, it cost me $92 for all of this stuff. And a bunch of it's brand new. It's still in the wrapper. Financial record summary. This is green versus gray. And you can see how, nice and wide. It's probably, I'm sure it's got the measurements on here somewhere. I would say probably 14 inches maybe wide, which is kind of cool because then I can like fold some in and make little side pockets. Oh, did I miss my child coming in? Oh, I did. Hi, Missy Moo. What time do you get off tonight? Hi, Kels. Yeah, I ended up paying roughly $10 a box, and they're the full size like paper case boxes. Well, let's see if this has got a price on it. Nope. Like some of this stuff still has price tags on it. Well, like those sticker labels with the numbers, those were $5 a piece, bought brand new, and I paid $10 for the whole box. 8, almost there. Woohoo! Simplified monthly bookkeeping records. I love the grid. I said I'm a sucker for forms. And sis, when you watch this on replay, let me know if there's any of these that you would like for your stash, because I have a shit ton. I know. It's really cool. There's actually a a channel, Franchise Kickers, I think is what it's called, that I watch, and that's what they do, but they do like grand scale, like they bought like a $6,000 pallet from Amazon and stuff like that. So I'm still kind of on the lookout, trying to find like a reputable company, because that one clearly was not. So I have two of these. And I know I have one more payroll book down here of a different kind. Some more greedy. I'm gonna, as soon as I figure out where I set my remote down. I love that my camera has a remote control, but it's so stinking tiny that I keep losing it. And I have to point it right at the camera. Doink, 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 doink. So there's that grid. And you got the gray and the white, which is pretty cool. Yeah, you know what? I've always kind of thought about, doing storage unit stuff. But I don't know. I'm not into big crowds, so doing the live auction part, I don't know that I would really enjoy it. With these guys, they publish the catalog on their website, and you just go through the catalog, and you put your bid in, and you can do it as a 1-to-1. When you get outbid, you do another one, do another, or you can do a max bid, and then when it reaches that, you're just out, and then you have the option at that point to either just let that item go or increase your maximum bid. And it's when they publish the catalog, it's already got an end date and time, so when it's ending. So if there's something that you really really want, to keep an eye on it. And then when it's over with, they send you an email that tells you, they send you your invoice through your email and give you directions on signing up for a pickup time. And you just go wherever the address is and pick them up. So just green forms. These ones have like they're hard to see on this one, but they're like hole protectors, but they're like little curves, and you'll see them on this other form, because the other one, they're gold, which I thought was pretty cool. I didn't know existed. I gotta figure out how I'm gonna use those versus just cutting them off. So yeah, they got copper, not gold, but each hole has a little copper eyelet on the front, which is kind of cute. And there's a whole stack of those. So I'm kind of starting to grab from one of the boxes behind me. I have 3 of these that are also payroll records. These will probably be used more for like collage stuff, just because there's it doesn't have the big spaces where there's lines for writing. Yeah, I really like them a lot. I've been using them for quite a while, a couple years, for various things. And obviously I just started using them for this purpose. In the last year, wow, it's been 3 years, I guess, because I started doing the journaling stuff when C-19 hit. So these are employee personnel files. Pretty, thick, not quite like manila folder thick, kind of a light cardstock. They are white on the inside, so definitely some possibility of coffee, tea, or staining with avocados. Let's see, what do I have going? I've got a black bean pan going out there. Black beans are supposed to give blue water, which I don't know, we're gonna see. Never heard of that, but I saw a video the other day and went, oh no, I'll give it a try. I got beans in the pantry. I've done red wine, I've done avocado, I've done beets. onion. I love the way onion skins look when it's dyed. Coffee tea. I have these little bingo ink daubers from back when I used to play bingo with my bestie. And you can onto the pan, get some ink out of it, water it down a little bit, give some pretty cool colors. But again, these have nice little grids that can be cut out as well and used as backing on a tag if you like green. But you can also take one of the, the inks and, brush over it, tamper down this green, like go over it with one of the antique browns or whatever, and kind of tamper down this green so it's not so in your face. Coffee diet kind of have the same effect. Obviously, it's just going to make it a little a little warbly. But, now I have 2 boxes of these also in the box behind me, as in addition to the 7 notary public record books that I have sitting here. So kind of fun. Whites and yellows. And these are all the same, obviously. This looks about the same width as the 2 boxes that I have behind me. So I'm going to guess that there's probably 7 or 8 maybe in those boxes that are still sealed up. So I don't want to open them if I don't have to. Until I need to. I also have a pack of these. Old school, like credit card. And there we are. Trying to figure out how to get into frame. These old school, you stick the card in there and you go whoop whoop. My husband, his work still uses these as backup when their system goes down. So I think I'm going to ask him if he wants them before I cut them up and use them. I could become a notary. I could. I mean, it would be an easy little side hustle that I could do while I'm on disability. I wonder what that would take. I don't know. Does that require schooling, I wonder? Anybody knows, let me know. A through Z labels. These are interesting. This is a huge. So this is a good example, Muzz. These forms, brand new, were $71. And so far, everything that I've shown has come out of the same box that I paid $10 for. These forms alone were $71. So, yes, it's good, man. It's good. These are health insurance claim forms. They are in red. They are sealed up in their original plastic. Not going to open those until I need to. Yeah, I'm going to have to look into that because, like I said, I mean, it's not often that a notary is called into service. But it's obvious it's not a full-time job, so I should be able to do it while I'm on disability. Bill of lading. Again, you've got the grid that you can cut down. This is, so it's carbonless, so there is multiple layers. 4 layers to be exact. It is a quadruplicate. I didn't know that was a freaking word. Quadruplicate. It's like 3/4, half inch. Yeah, it's about a half inch thick. Says there's 50 sets in there. I'm holding like the best thing for last. My favoritist, my mostest favorite. Currency bands. 10 grand, anyone? 10 grand? Anyone? So these would be fun. Can make them into belly bands, wrap them around pockets. They are all yellow, which is unfortunate for me. They're kind of a goldish yellow. Not a fan of the color, but that's okay because I can change their color. And I have 3 boxes of these, and there are, let's see, there are 1,000 bands in each box, and I have 3 boxes. So yeah, something I'm gonna have for a very long time. Now comes the fun forms. Okay, so I have one of these. It's a time card book, weekly time card. I like the vanilla caramely color of these. Boop, 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 boop. And it's blueprint on that caramel. Try not to get too much of a glare. And I do have one of these of this size, but then I've got a bunch in another size. So I got this time card book and this time card book. Boop. So this is a semi-monthly. So let's give you an idea what they look like side by side. So slightly different. This looks like more along the lines of recording, whereas this is about payroll. You know, there's the deduction stuff down here, doing the percentages of taxes and that kind of stuff. So like I said, I only have one of these little ones, but I have 4 of these tall ones. No. Thank you. Okay. Carbonless purchase order book. I think most of us have seen these before. We kind of know what they look like. They are, you can use them, you know, use the white and use the yellow separately, use them together. Lots of possibilities with these, cutting the grid out, using different kind of signature stamps or word stamps to like fill in the purchase order, cutting out this little, you know, the number part, and just using, you know, that top corner piece. Lots of different possibilities for this. And I have 6 of these. I'm telling you, I got way more than I even thought I was getting. I was shocked when I showed up to pick all my stuff up. You don't know how my brain sees it. Carbonless receiving record book, which is cool because there's it's in triplicate, so you can pick and choose. Do you want to use the white, the yellow, the pink? And again, using different waters, you know, coffees and teas and that kind of stuff to dye them and tamper down that yellow or that pink if yellow and pink are not your color, like me. Pink and yellow, not my colors. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 of these. And then I have a purchase order book that also is also in triplicate. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. And then I have driver's daily logbook, which is cool. I love this little gridding. I can see like getting with some color pencils and getting in there and doing some coloring in there, having some fun with those numbers. Got little signature lines down here. I'm working on trying to get the stamp set. There is a stamp set on Amazon that is her name is Kathy Holden, and it's all like signatures. So you just, stamp them, boop, and it makes, it signs your stuff. But in different names, obviously, not my name. But it's been sold out for a while. And I have 3 of these. Carbonless receipt book. Again, I think most of us have seen these before, especially if we've ever had to pay rent in person, versus it going through a bank. Writing your little receipts out. And again, I love the designs on this, on the initial one. It's got like a herringbone design on it, which is going to be fun over here in this blank stuff. And nice red numbers to cut out. And I have 3 of these. And then carbonless purchase orders in duplicate. So just the white and the yellow. And I have 4 of those. There's 50 of them. And I have, 4 pads of it. So, yeah. Lots and 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 lots of forms. So there's a couple things that I'm like, okay, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with. I've got a bottle of India ink. Black India ink. I've got a bottle of black rubber stamp ink, which I think I could probably use to fill, to like re-ink my ink pads. Not my permanent ink pads, but like my other ones, because this isn't a permanent ink. I should be able to just like pour it on the pad and re-ink it. I mean, it's already almost dead, so if it ruins it, I guess, no harm, no foul. This is Paymaster System red and blue ink, and it says only to be used on Paymaster. But I don't know what a Paymaster is. So check writer ink. This is why my fingers are blue, because I was playing in these inks. And there's a red and a blue. So I'm gonna have to Google that one and figure out what I can use those for. I might just use them to dye paper. I don't know. Put this down there. There's something I'm looking for. Oh, there is a, little, right? A little date stamper thingy bobber. I do not have an eBay. I've contemplated, but I haven't started one. So this goes up to 2030. See, there's a 32. So 2032. So this stamp is going to last, it's going to go for a long time. There's, when you look on the box, it shows received and then the date. Get it? Not a glare there. Which, this little part right here is supposed to say received. So I don't know if that was an additional purchase, because right now it's just going to like stamp the date, which, no biggie. And it does come with the little red and blue ink that I presume pops in there. So again, my husband does use these at work. I'll probably just see if he wants one, because I have a big one. If he wants this one, since I have a big one. It's like a monster one. I think it's like 13 characters, something like that. Look at this funness. Oh, and I've got spare ink, to little stampers that I don't have a stamper. So I'll probably just use them like I do my other stamp pads until they run out. But look at the box of inks. Got blue, reds. This is like a yellow, it looks like. Whoops, as I throw it at myself. Oh no, it is red. But most of them are not even open. This one's been open. Let's see about this one. Sealed. $2.79. Sealed. $2.79. So a lot of these inks have not even ever been used. Now, who knows how old they are? But, whatever. And I got a bunch of these little squirty bottles, and they do fit on here. Because I was like, what did those go to? And they do fit on these ink bottles. So, I don't know. I see a little bit of a play in my future. Playing with some inks. So I got a lot of black, a lot of blue, a lot of red, and a green. This one's water-based. Some of these are oil-based. Where's my little squishy? Oh, this one. This one's an oil-based. This is a $5 bottle of ink. And this one's oil-based as well. But yeah. I got a lot of these. 9 little bottle caps. Just going to stick them in there for now. Okay. Now, here comes the fun part. This was the main reason that I bid on one of these boxes. So not only did it have the inks in it, it has all these stamps. So, faxed. Let me zoom in a little bit. Again, don't know where I'm storing all this stuff. So I've got a faxed. I've got 2 paids, so one of those will definitely go to my daughter. She gets my duplicates. Received, paid, and look, these are not even open. They're still in their original packaging. These are $12.50. I paid $10 for this box of Stampin' Inks. $12.50 a piece. So received, paid, signed. Put that over there with that other one. FYI, Rush. I know, isn't that crazy? And I didn't even realize they were brand new until I got them home, and I'm like, oh my gosh, they're still in their plastic. For deposit only. Emailed, and again, it's got the little box down there so you can stamp the date. Approved and urgent. I have 2 different so I've got 3 different kinds of, I guess technically I have 4 different kinds of paid stamps. I've got these 3, and then I have this one. And that box is to put the date in. This one's got a box for the date. This one's got a line for the date. With one of these thingies. And then I've got a revised. Now, if you've watched my videos, watched enough of my videos, you know how much I love playing with stamps and ink. I'm always covered in ink. I love playing with ink. So yes, when I saw these, I was like, yes. And there's an auction that ends tomorrow. And of course, I've got a bid in on one of the boxes there. And it's the silicone rubber stamps, like the actual craft stamps. So good. Yeah, now I bid on those. I don't know where I'm storing those. I have no idea where I'm putting those. So the really cool stuff that I didn't exactly know what I was buying, but it had paper in the title, right? I'm like, paper. Paper's paper in the junk journaling world. Oh yeah, I bought a box of barbecue stuff, barbecue supplies. But I stole this because that's going to make some really cool patterns when I coffee dye paper. And I stole these for the same reason. Ouch! That one's sharp. Got some roundies, flatties, and there's like, I don't know, 10 racks like this in the box. I don't know what I'm going to do with all the racks. But it had a bunch of like big spatulas and, huge barbecue tongs, all kinds of barbecue supplies in there. And a brand new set of cedar planks for cooking fish. Which, if you've seen a recent video, I've got a ton of fish that I've got to figure out that I got to cook. And I think my husband will appreciate not having to be so gentle with it. Let's see. Now, there's a lot of this. I mean, there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10 different. Different packages over here of this stuff. 2 of the actual paper. Oh, I hear some incoming. It's almost like a thunderstorm coming in. So it was a listing for bond paper. Now, this is actually paper. This is what I thought I was buying, was a bunch of this plain white bond paper. Now, I've got these that are 18 by 24, and I had 3 boxes that are 24 by 36. I'm like, oh, it's a lot of paper. Cut that down into 8.5 by 11s or whatever, legal sizes. Great, I'll have a lot of paper to play with. But then as I was loading them into my truck, I started noticing that some of them were labeled film or inkjet film. And there was one that was Mylar. And I was like, wait a minute. How is bond paper Mylar? But honestly, I don't really care. Because I lost my bid on the construction vellum because I fell asleep. Like literally 10 minutes before the auction was over. I opened up the app and I was going to do a max bid. And I fell asleep with my phone in my hand. Next thing I knew, auction was over. But as you can see, this is see-through or opaque. So cutting this down and using it as a vellum pocket, which is what I was wanting the vellum for. So when you cut a pocket, try not to bend it. When you cut a pocket, you slide a tag in behind it, you'll be able to see the images. So I can use these as pockets. I can use these in specimen slides. Gift wrap for small presents. Yeah. But I ended up with more of this stuff than I did of actual paper. So while I was there picking up my stuff, before I realized I had this, I had actually asked the auction house if they could pass my contact information on to the person that got the vellum because I wanted to buy a couple rolls from them. And I'm like, now I hope that they don't bother calling me, because I don't need it. I don't need it. I've got a whole bunch of stuff over there that I'm gonna cut down, and I'm gonna have it for days. And I forgot I have this stamp too. Information only. It's kind of cool. It's gonna be fun in journals, because that's what we use our journals for, right? Is information. So yeah, that was, all in all, I paid $90, $92.50 for all of that stuff. So I've got journaling supplies, journal making supplies for days, months, years. I'm going to be busy for a while, needless to say, but I'm going to be having fun. So in order for me to have that fun, I got to clean all of this craziness that's off behind me, because I have no working space. I'm like right here. This is how much of my desk is clear. the 8 inches and like maybe 12 inches wide by like 8 inches deep. That's clear for me of my working spaces. Kind of like right here. And that's it. So I really need to spend some time organizing what I already had in my craft room and figuring out where on God's green earth I'm going to put all the stuff I just came home with. I've been putting off cleaning off that 6-foot shelf over there, because I really don't want to do it. I don't want to do it, but I'm thinking it might be time, because I really would like to store all of those big sheets of paper flat. And I think that at least one of those shelves is probably the best way for me to do that. I don't want to. I hate cleaning. I hate organizing. I want to hire somebody. I can't afford to hire anybody, but I want to hire somebody. But yeah, decades. You're probably closer to right, Kels. It's probably decades worth of stuff. But yeah, I think I'm. If anybody knows Lainey Lynn, she was the last person on second to last person on my wait list for a journal, but I haven't heard from her. I tagged her on my community post, on my community tab like a month ago, maybe. Never heard anything back. And I haven't seen her in any of the chats that I'm hanging around in. So if anybody knows her, or Lainey, if you watch this on replay, please message me on IG. I have changed my name to Peace and Cues 1, all one word. So it kind of goes with the channel brand a little bit better. Reach out to me and see if we're, so I know if you still want a journal, and what your theme is, because I can't even get started until I know what you want. Otherwise, I'm going to get started on Black Swan's baby book in the meantime. And I think I'm just going to start making like books in general, just like naked books. Or maybe I'll just make them and decorate them and have the pockets and tags and everything in them. And then when I get an order in, all I've got to do is personalize it. I'm not sure, but yeah. I've got a lot of supplies and I need to start like using it, because my word for 2023 was use, and I gave myself until June 30th to either use it or get rid of it. And we're 2 days away from June 30th, and I still have a whole lot of supplies in here that I haven't touched. But I'm looking at them going, but I don't want to get rid of them. Yeah, I don't want to get rid of them. Yeah, and Kels, I can't even remember like what chats I was seeing her in. So like I don't even know where to go to even try to find her. But if you happen to spot her, if you can have her like message me, I'd appreciate it. But yeah, and I have these. These are the little inserts, that you write on the little file folders. You write the subject on. don't know what I'm going to do with these either. I mean, it's logical, I guess, to turn them into tabs, but I don't know. I have a whole stack of those because I had 24 sets of them, right? But anyway, thanks for tuning in with me for my first live in like forever and a day. Maybe the next time my daughter has a day off, I can talk her into coming and helping me organize. I don't know. So I hope you guys have a good rest of your evening. I'm going to go ahead and sign out. I'm not working. Don't have an intro or an outro. I mean, I have my old ones, but they're not really relevant anymore. So I have to spend some time like doing those too. I just haven't really made that commitment, I guess, to remaking them. I'm having a hard time with motivation to do much of anything. So except spend money. I'm not having any problem with the motivation to spend money, but I shouldn't be. But yeah, hit that like button, share, subscribe if you haven't already. And again, if you've got people in your life that are, think they might be interested in learning some of this stuff, send them my way. I'm more than happy to, do some more tutorials, give some feedback, have even private conversations about how to do things, where to find things, and that kind of stuff. I'm a firm believer that we all have a craft inside of us. It's just a matter of finding it. What is for me is not for you, may not be for you, and what is for you may not be for me, but you never know until you try. So, with that, I'm going to let you guys go. Thanks for tuning in. And, yeah, now I have a long night ahead of me. Trimming paper, putting stuff away, trying to figure out where I'm going to put stuff away. Yeah. All right. Well, I'll talk to you guys later, and thanks for coming in. Bye.